Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking. Thought I'd drop you guys a line and see what's going on. Now, really, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about four of my favorite albums. Kind of. I have so many influences that I had really hard time just trying to break it down. As is the case with this first band that I'm going to talk about, they just had too many for me. Personally, I had a lot of music to cover. So anyhow, let's get on with it and check it out. So my first band, I've known this band since about 1979, maybe 80. I was about in junior high. We're gonna do this as kind of like a snapshot in my life. So I was about let me see, what was I? I was in seventh grade at that time when I discovered this band. I was in guitar class, and I happened to be in a guitar class with the current guitarist for No Doubt, Tom Dumont. Hey, Tom. Thought I'd got to plug that name a little bit. Anywho, so we ended up starting a band together about that time, and we fell in love with the same types of music and just enjoyed hanging out with each other. And this very first band is Rush. The snapshot in time for me is about 4 albums worth of music from these guys, because this was probably my main source of growth, specifically as a bass player, with a little eye on drumming, because I was still kind of drumming a little bit in between all this. So a lot of this has to do with bass at this point. So the very first album that I was introduced to was 2112. Absolutely blew me away. That entire first side is epic. A great story. It really just took you on a full-on journey. Just a great story. Really enjoyed it. So much so that in our band we decided to cover the first 2 songs, or the main 2 songs, I guess most people hear, is Overture and Temples of Syrinx. We did it in our as 7th graders in front of our entire school. Everybody loved it, and to this day people still talk about that. We really had a fun time playing that show. So obviously huge inspiration for us, and that started out the whole thing. The next time during that time, Permanent Waves comes out, and another epic song comes off of there, Jacob's Ladder, at least for us. We started to try to play that a little bit. Holy smokes. Just incredible stuff to try to play. It was really challenging for us, and that was something that we really enjoyed doing. We just had a great time playing this stuff, and we really just dug it. Fast forward a little bit, Moving Pictures comes out. That's like the pinnacle of Rush for us. It was so well done and so incredibly beautiful. Every single song, the production on it was absolutely, the top of the line. I haven't heard any recording come close to that production. It is so well done. I totally aspire to have that sound, whether it's bass or drums, specifically drums in particular. That just amazing. Anyhow, so a couple of songs obviously off of there. We all know most of them, Limelight and Tom Sawyer, and we covered Tom Sawyer as a band at that time too. So that went on our 8th grade, one of our 8th grade dances, and people still talk about that too. So it was fun time for us. A guilty pleasure for me to play would be Vital Signs, at least drum wise. It's a fun song to play. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. I really dig it. For bass, probably Red Barchetta. Had a fan. Oh, that's another one drum wise too. I just love it. Love everything about those. So the 4th album in this stretch is from Signals. Their 1982 album, Signals. Had so much emotion to it. There was a stretch there that for whatever reason, that album has so much emotion and feeling to it. In particular, I have a bit of a I really love the song "Losing It." It's something that you wouldn't expect from hard rock Rich or whatever, and and it's just one of the most beautiful songs ever. It's probably my favorite Rush song. There's plenty of others, but that one in particular, there's such a beautiful feel to it. The violin in there and the wording and how it's written is just beautiful, just absolutely fantastic. So that's like my first album that I couldn't just put it into one, because that stretch right there was such a huge growth spurt for me personally, and for our band at that time. We were playing a lot of this stuff. Something else, a little fun story with the Signals album. My brother used to have the garage. He used to sleep over the garage. That was where his room was, and we'd jam in the garage. I guess he'd gotten back late after partying or whatever, and we started up playing one of the songs on there. I can't remember what the name of the song was now. Anyhow, he was blown away by it. He was like, "You guys played that song? I didn't know you guys knew that. You guys did a great job on that song." So for years he always talked about that, and we that was a little feather in our cap. We dug that. Moving on to the next artist, this brought me a little more into the hard rock edge of things, and I really, really dug it. I've been listening to this band for probably another 4 years, 3-4 years, and they were a huge influence on me, hard rock wise and metal wise. I just dug the 2-guitar attack, and Rob's voice. Obviously, if you don't know who it is, it's Judas Priest. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. I just dig a ton of their work. Big fan of Rob, and his voice is just, it really, really is fantastic. This album was screaming for vengeance, and there was a great summer there. I think it was 82, maybe 82, 83, somewhere in that vicinity. And I had a lot of time. You go into the pool, in the neighborhood pool, come home for lunch and listen to the album, look at all the lyric sheets and the inside of the album, and just take you, inside of that album, and just had a great album to listen to, end to end. I really enjoyed Riding on the Wind, had so much drive, and just loved it. Loved that song. A guilty pleasure of mine would probably be Fever. I think it's diverse. It's got such a great feel to it, and I just loved it. Take These Chains is another fun one that I enjoyed too off of there. So the 2-guitar attack was kind of a more on my guitar end, since I do play a little bit of guitar too here and there. So that's how I learned a little bit of on how to play bass a bit. So I have to thank my brother for guitars and learning bass and all that stuff. He didn't do the drums, but all that other stuff was him. So I can't thank him enough through all of this. He's the one that introduced me to all of this so far, except for this next group. Now we fast forward a little bit to about 1990, and things changed drastically for me when I discovered this band, Fate's Warning. This band has been a huge progressive metal influence on me. That's where my heart lies mostly. I really, really dug it, and I love the fact that they had a little bit of melodicness and a little bit of commercial appeal to them, but they also had so much technical prowess on their guitars and the bass and drums. Everything just fit perfectly. This album, I know, perfect symmetry, perfect. Anyhow, it's one of the cleanest sounding recordings I've heard. Just a huge game changer in that genre, and it's just amazing that something that beautiful could come out of these guys. It was so beautiful. At Fate's Hands is probably my favorite song on there. It had such a beautiful track, and it came across so well crafted. It's just, the entire album is that same way, and it has just enough commercial appeal, but it also has that little undergroundy progressive metal where you just wouldn't quite hear that normally. And it's too bad, because these guys deserve to be way up there. I know that they are regarded in a lot of circles as being very highly pitched, shall we say. Just love it. And lastly, this guy, this singer, has been part of a band that I had followed for a number of years. I think since about 82, maybe 83. Loved their stuff and how they grew and how they got got better and better as they aged. So not even fast forward. It's about the same time, about 1990, when this album came out. It's called Up From the Ashes, and the band is Don Dokken, and the actual singer is Don Dokken. Now, for me personally, I thoroughly enjoyed his look and the feel of how he was presented, even in videos, and he had a cool vibe to him. And this album really, really drives home that persona and how the music was put together. It's one of the nearest perfect albums in terms of this type of music. It's more of obviously it's more of a commercial feel. It had great harmonies, had a great feeling throughout. It's just silky and smooth, just a beautiful album all the way through. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. To me, it's kind of underrated. Some people might say it's not. Some people may say it is. Don's voice was fantastic. He had Peter Baltes playing bass on there. They could do all the vocals. You had Mickey D playing drums. You had I think it was John Norman at that time. Or John Levin, I don't remember which one. Anyhow, just absolutely fantastic album. So there's my 4 albums, give or take. There's actually a ton more. I might make another video I might have to make another 3 videos, maybe 5, who knows. Either way, so just going back here, obviously my main influence was from Rush, 2112, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, and Signals. That era was huge for me. Then it moved on to a little harder edge with Judas Priest, with Screaming for Vengeance, although I'd listened to other things well ahead of that, well before that they just put out that was just as well as this, but that gave me some serious growth on a couple of levels. And then there was Fate's Warning, obviously Fate's Warning with Perfect Symmetry. Right after that was Parallels. Both of those I discovered kind of around the same time. Just amazing musicianship, and just the production and everything was fantastic on that. And then lastly was Don Dokken's Up From the Ashes, about 1990. I'm telling you, there's far more to the Captain than what I'm putting down here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Keep it metal. Oh, don't forget to go visit these guys. Ninth Circle. Yeah, that's us. See this stuff back here? Yeah. Make sure you guys go and visit ninthcircle.us. Go get yourself some merch, man. This stuff is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I hope you do too. Have a great day.